Hello people, I'm Bharat Acharya. Welcome to our new lecture. Today we are doing the program for selection sort. Yes, this will be a part of our C programming course as well as a part of our next course, that is DSA, Data Structures and Algorithms. Now, we have already seen a method for sorting. Which one? Bubble sort. Why is it called bubble sort? Like how bubbles bounce off each other and always are sorted by their size. I remember I'd given you the real world example. Anyway, so how it worked was we compared two adjacent numbers. If they're in the correct order, we leave them. Otherwise, we interchange them. And by the time you keep doing it over the series, the entire series gets sorted. Another method which comes very naturally to the human mind is selection sort. That's why these two are the most popular. They may not be the most efficient ways. As you learn more levels of programming, you'll see very interesting sorting methods. But at college level, these are the two most popular methods for the simple reason that they come very naturally to the human mind. Selection sort is what you and I have done thousands of times in our lives without knowing that it's this algorithm. I give you a set of cards. All right, you play cards. Or you've seen someone playing cards, so you know what I'm talking about. So you get a set of cards. But the first thing that you do, it's so instinctive, we sort them. How do you sort them? Exactly. You pick up that ace card, or you pick up the king card, or whatever. You pick up the highest or the lowest, and you put it in one side, then you take the next one, and you take that selection sort. That's what we're doing. Our algorithm is derived by something that we do all the time. You have a set of people. If you were into NCC or any of those school training and physical training classes, so you have a set of people where you have to arrange them by their height, as an example. So you take the tallest one, and then you put the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and you have your whole file or your rank. Either ways. I was in NCC, so that example came to my mind. Like I said, I don't have a script. Anyway, so it's something that we do all the time. That's what this algorithm is. I want you to pay attention and understand the algorithm. I'll tell you something about programming. Once you've finished your initial stage of programming, where you can write programs, okay, you can declare variables, you're comfortable with functions, declaring arrays, passing parameters, you know the basics of programming, you know how to write a program. Thereafter, coding is not the real challenge. In the most complex program also, it'll be the same for loop, it'll be the same if, it'll be the same function calls. After a point of time, coding is not the challenge. The challenge is to figure out how to put things together. The algorithm, exactly. That's why after you learn C programming, it's a natural progression to go into the subject of DSA, where you now focus on algorithm. So I want you to pay full attention when I'm teaching you the algorithm. Once you know the algorithm, take it from me, it'll be a matter of minutes for you to write the program, when in all probability you will get the program right in the very first attempt. Right? That's our goal. Let's see. Let's start with the algorithm. Suppose I have an array of 5 elements. These are not the elements. These are the indices. The elements will come here. You know what's an index, right? Element 0, element 1, element 2. That's the index. So these are your 5 indices. These are your actual 5 elements that you want to sort. 74, 21, 0, 1, 33. So if you see, I've mixed and matched them properly so that you can understand the juice of the algorithm. All right? Let's begin. What does it say? Selection sort. So you will select the lowest, and what will you do with it? Put it at the first position. So in the beginning, your focus is at the first position. All right? Now, look at the whole series and identify who is the smallest number. This is the smallest number. Now, this identification won't happen just by looking at them. We have beautiful eyes to look at it. Our brain says 0 is the highest. The computer will do compare. That means it will be an inner loop. All right? Yeah, we're going to write a program for it. So think like a programmer. Anyway, I'll come to that. First, let's just do the algorithm. So you find out which is the lowest. The lowest is 0. That card should be here. So what do? You interchange the two. And this becomes your new series. Now tell me, did you understand this? Now this is the only place where the algorithm really differs from what you did in your hands. In your hands, when you picked up the lowest card, let's say 2, you put it at this leftmost place, and with a beautiful slide of your fingers, you just move the cards ahead. The cards just slid ahead in your hand and made place for that 2 to come there. Now that is your hand and your beautiful human gesture. But in the computer program, in an array, you can't just put 0 over there and expect the arrow elements to slide. So what you need to do is exchange them. So what we did was we focused here, we identified 0 was the highest, we interchange 0 and 74. Are you done? With this, your first series is over. Now put this process in another loop. So your inner loop did compare, identified 0 is the highest, did the exchange. Now put this process in an outer loop where you repeat the entire process again. But the only thing is, when you repeat the process, don't include this number, because you're not a fool. If you include this number every time, this will be the highest and you'll keep putting it over here. So when you start the process again, start from here. Are you clear? Done. The explanation is over. Now you just have to repeat this. That means it's just the loop code that's going to do your whole program. The logic is over. Start from here. Look at all the numbers here. Don't look behind. Like in life, we don't look behind. Don't look behind anymore. Now it's from here onwards. This 21 onwards is your series. So look at all of them. Identify which is the lowest. Tell me, what are you going to do next? Come on. What are you going to do? Exchange. So exchange them. Your 1 comes here. Your 21 comes here. Done. Now, start the process again, but don't include this one. So start from here. Don't look behind. Look forward. Identify which is the smallest. Which is the smallest? 21. What do? Interchange them. Done. Now, start the process again with the next number. Look only ahead in life. Identify which is the smaller one. Interchange them. Done. When you reach the last element, your series has been sorted. So easy. Can you do it again for me, please? Quickly. Like you're explaining to your friend who had missed the earlier part, who's just joined the room. Come, listen. Start from the first element. Look at all of them. Identify the smallest. This is the smallest. What do? Interchange. Done. Now start the whole process again, but don't include the first element. So go move ahead. From here onwards, start checking all the numbers. Identify the lowest. Interchange them. Done. Now start the process again from the next element. Identify the lowest, interchange. Start the process from the next element. Identify the lower, interchange. When you reach the last element, your series has been sorted. Are you clear? Was it anyhow difficult? Selection sort. Select the lowest element, interchange it with the first element. Repeat the process subsequently for all the elements. Done. Are you clear? Now that you understood the whole logic, you think you will write the whole program by yourself? Of course you will. Come, look here. This is your final program. This is how the output screen will look like. You'll ask the user to enter 5 elements. It can be any 5 elements. You'll run your program, which will sort the elements, and this will be your final answer. Once you finish writing the program, you'll realize just one small change, one minute change, and the same program will be able to do descending sort. So you can even ask the user a question, what way you want to sort it, and based on that, just do that minute change or call 2 different functions, and you can have a common program for selection, sorting, ascending or descending. Now, of course, we're going to do the whole program. This entire program, along with the whole course of C programming, is available on my website, bharatacharyaeducation.com. These are various courses that I teach: microprocessors, microcontrollers, computer organization, another very popular subject in GATE exam, C programming, of course, etc. There are more subjects that I teach. I will be making courses of them. Like I said, the DSA course is in production. The other course that's also in production is embedded systems. Anyway, will it take its time to come? But when it comes, we just like all the other courses. Now, once you enroll for the course is available to you for 6 months. You get access to all the lectures in the C programming course. This is the 32nd lecture. We have done everything right from basics: declaring variables, printf, scanf, working with integers, floats, double, etc., etc. Once you're comfortable with variables, conditional statements, for, then looping, for, while, do, while, making arrays, making 2D arrays, matrix multiplication, functions, calling them by passing them by values, by parameters, by values, by reference, by pointers, using linked lists, using structures. We've done all of those. So you start from very beginner level, but taken it to very high advanced level of programming, and all with real world examples, like I always do. That's the only way I teach, and that's the only way knowledge should be imparted. If you don't know where your concept is used in the real world, what's the point of learning it? Anyway, start learning. You getting that feeling that you want to start, do it right away. Not next week, not tomorrow. You know where most people fail? When they delay it. The thought, that spark comes in their mind and they say, okay, Monday onwards. Or I'm going out tomorrow, probably day after tomorrow onwards. No, there's no time better than now. Start. Thousands of others are learning. Don't be left behind. In today's world, and the world that you are going to take forward, not being a good programmer is not going to take you anywhere. You have to know programming. That's a prerequisite. Like back in the day, decades back, knowing basic education was a prerequisite. Today, for an engineer, knowing programming is a prerequisite. You sit for an interview, you have to know programming properly, and you have to got to ace the questions they ask to get those wonderful jobs. All right, so don't hold back. You get the thought in your mind, go ahead, join the course, start learning as soon as you can. Wish you all the best. Hope to see you there. We're going ahead.